Hello everybody, hello everyone, welcome on my stream. Hello Naga,
Hello.
Okay, so tonight it's like every Tuesday. We're gonna play Winds of Change, a Furry visual novel. So we had a lot of things what happened last week. Oh my god, what was huge! So we're gonna see what's next. But I had some comments on YouTube told me that I missed some romance scenes, so I'm gonna catch them up. So I'm gonna go back to the HQ and unlock some romance scenes, and then we can follow the story again. So we're gonna start the game and in few seconds. Winds of Change is starting. Okay, faster. Go faster. It's awfully long for a visual novel. Okay, it's starting. Great. Perfect. Okay, continue. So the last time we played was that save here, I guess. So far we have purity 50%, corruption 10%, moral 15%, books read 7, and a little bit over 7 hours, and I'll just join the party. Okay. Let's load that save here. If the thing does want to load, because it's locked, and it's okay, it was just loading. Okay, so we're still on the bar.
You'll have to join me. I can pick out the good stuff. Without me, you'd just be wasting time.
Oh, we're still with Ulrich. Okay.
Half the stuff on display isn't even that good. To be honest, they keep a lot of the good stuff down there.
Oh. He points underneath the bar. I guess that made sense.
Cheers, by the way.
Cheers. It holds up his glass before taking a huge swig of ale.
It just doesn't compare to what they had at Peregrino. Anyway, I'll let you take care of your business. I'm right here.
Okay. So we're gonna check on the map here and go back to the HQ. So we probably have to go back. It was in the Church of Mazeo, if I remember well. And we have to go inside. The church looks so out of place. I'd never seen anything like it before. It doesn't look like look Mazean, that's for sure.
It's creepy.
It's modeled after Balteus. That's what things look like over there.
Oh, I see.
And that's where we're going next. Just great. Now I'm even more afraid. Who makes stuff like this anyway?
Your guess is as good as mine. It doesn't fit in with any part of Alestia. Balteus is really distinct. It's kind of cool.
I'll take your word for it.
So we're gonna use the map here. No. I just want to. That's strange. I just want to go inside. Yes, that's here. Yeah. Okay. Where? Yes, it's there. Yeah, travel to Rebel HQ. So we're gonna go back to the war table, because this is where we can check the romance thing you unlock. So we have few things we already unlocked, so all is not even start. Damek. Let's see. No. Come on. Someone told me I unlocked something, but doesn't seem I unlock anything here. It's just there's a cross here. Maybe I need to unlock some romance scene elsewhere. That's strange. No matter I click, I can access to a new romance scenes. Come on. Okay, Okay, I guess we're gonna have to pick up romance where we can. Okay, let's go back to the town. Exit. Oh, maybe no. Maybe I can try the crew quarters. Yes. Yes. We probably can do something here. Yes, Ulrich R to Art. That's the crew quarters. That's not the rebel. That's rebel HQ, but not the war table. The war table is only to keep track of the loyalty of people. So I enter Ulrich's room and he's laying on his bed, relaxed. Oh. Bottles of alcohol line the table nearby, some empty, some full. He hears me enter and immediately rises up, grabbing his sword.
Who's there?
It's me! But as soon as he notices it's me, he relaxes with a sigh. Loosening his grip on his sword, he puts it aside. He was a bit paranoid, but with reason.
Sorry, you never know when someone might attack. I don't normally doze off too much, for that reason alone. It's nice to see you, though. I had a good time at the tavern.
Oh, great. I'm glad to hear that. It stands up and walks over to the table. With a large swig from another bottle, he lets out a refreshing sigh. He must not have much downtime, but today was an off day.
Namek said to relax, so that's what I'm doing. I've known him for years, and he's never said that. I'm surprised he's not celebrating his new pirate treaty. Even if he tells us to relax, I doubt that he's doing it. He's probably already waiting for you in the war room. Don't worry, I'll try not to keep you here for too long.
Oh. He shuffles bottles aside, looking for something specific. It doesn't much longer until he finds a much larger bottle, still full. There's a crimson liquid inside. It seems to be a special wine.
I've been saving this for a special occasion.
Oh.
And trust me, Damek giving me the night off is really special.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I could just sit back and relax.
He pops the cork out of the bottle and takes a large swig. Weren't you supposed to savor wine rather than chug it?
Malorenthian wine. It's quite delicious. I'd say it's the best thing to come from that horrible place. It tastes like juice, but trust me, it sneaks up on you later.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yeah, sure. He set out the bottle, offering it to me. I accept it, and both sit down on the edge of the bed. Taking turns, we pass the bottle back and forth until it's gone.
Wow. That certainly took me back. I haven't had a drinking buddy like you in a long time. People these days seem to forget about the finer things in life. Damek is always saying, train, train, train. I don't even know if he's capable of taking it easy. At least Salus knew how to balance work and fun.
Oh. He goes to take another sip of the wine, trying to get the last drops. I wonder how much that cost him. It's probably the best I ever tasted.
I guess I shouldn't bore you with that kind of talk. Your time is valuable, and you're choosing to spend it with me. Some host I'd be if I sat here and wasted that time of yours.
He stands up and places the bottle on the table before sitting down again. The bed is more than big enough to fit the both of us comfortably. He lets out a low sigh before crossing his arms.
I guess that's all I had. Too bad. The night is still young.
Mom, hello, Heroes the Dragon. Mom, welcome. He laughs softly, looking over in my direction.
Drinking buddies with no drinks? This is a first. What now?
What now? What now? Has it already been this long since Ulrich had a friend? He doesn't know what to do, so I give him some direction. It's crazy how much he knows about me, yet I know nothing about him.
More about me? So you want me to bore you, huh?
Hello, Strabane. He smiles and lays back in the bed, looking up at the ceiling. It's almost like he didn't want to look at me while he spoke. As a courtesy, I lay back as well and we look up together.
Well, I'm probably older than you think, but I prefer to use the term experienced. I've seen a lot of combat in my numerous years.
Okay.
You kind of grow up alongside battle in Alarenthia. The culture there is so steeped in war it's impossible to avoid. When you come of age, you should already be an expert in combat.
That's impressive.
And I was, but I chose to leave Alarenthia behind as soon as I could. My parents wanted me to stay, but I think they wanted it for them. I came to the mainland because I knew it would be the best for me. You need to look out for yourself. Don't let others sway your opinion. At least, that's what I told myself. I justified breaking my parents' hearts. I can't make it up to them either. They've been gone for ages.
Yeah, he's right.
They were part of a movement that wanted to change Alarenthia. Things would be better in the hands of the wise, not the strong. An admirable view, unless you're surrounded by the strong. And surrounded they were. They were killed for their beliefs. That's why I hate Alarenthia more than anything. And the way it's run. I told myself I'd come to the mainland and practice my swordplay.
Oh, I see.
I'd only ever return when I was strong enough to win. If I could become the ruler of Alarenthia, I would change their laws. Every leader has that ability, but they only care about their own power. It's always a battle of the strong against the wise. I wanted to go back to that land, both strong and wise. A ruler with a different outlook, he could change everything. It's just the alcohol talking right now, by the way. The childish dream of a young man. That's all it was.
Oh, Lagoon Launch.
This world
Never
offers
had
no quarter to
that
men
game
blind on
before.
ambition.
Arrows. What is that? He tilts his head to look at me.
And so we offer no quarter in return. This
Oh,
war,
I see.
it's already taken so much from us. I find myself asking, how much more will it take?
I would definitely check out after the stream. I'm curious. He leans in closer and his words become softer.
If anything, at least it's taught me something important. We can only truly enjoy what we have right in front of us.
Oh my god.
Once it leaves our sight,
Thank you, Eros.
we may never see it again.
He raises a hand and runs it along the side of my face, smiling at me. I can tell he's nervous, but so am I. I know exactly what's coming.
We just need to live in the moment, right? At the end of the day, that's all we really have. Something special we can share and never forget.
He leans in closer and I smell the sweet of the wine on his breath. I lean in too, signaling my consent, and we quickly surrender to passion. Our lips press together once, twice, and then I'm unable to keep count. The warmth of our bodies intertwined is all I'm capable of focusing on. He was right, no matter what happened, we'll always have this memory. I wanted to get to know him better, and what I did without words. Wow. Okay, so I know, I understand why they told me on YouTube to try these scenes. Okay, wow, that was, oh my god. So what main question is, I am still able to walk or not? I want to know, game. Am I able to walk or not in that game? Not sure. Oh, hello, clear cat. Nothing happened. It's not what you think. So let's try someone else, maybe. No? Oh, it doesn't want. Okay, doesn't want. Oh my god, all art to art. It's gonna be strange. It's gonna be very strange. My god. Heart to heart with a spirit. Okay. I enters Hall's room and I notice him standing with his back to me. He's in the corner of the room and with his hand pressed against the wall. He's mumbling to himself and I do my best not to startle him at all.
Bodies everywhere. Screams for help. Blood flowing. Corpses held tightly in their arms. They cry for the lost. But the lost do not answer, for they have no voice.
Okay.
He feels shame, like he's responsible for all of this. But soon after, he feels nothing at all. Until he rises again. Vengeance controls his mind. It drives his clouded judgment.
Yeah, that's not good.
We see the future, as expected, but also the past. We see your death, Monarch, even if it didn't happen. Why does time play such tricks on our memories?
Yeah, let's talk about time. He turns to face me, so he knew I was here all along.
Are these memories, or perhaps echoes? That is what I wish to talk to you about, Monarch. Our mind is overwhelmed, but not in the usual sense.
Tell me more. I'd love to help.
We expected you to say that. We've heard it before.
Oh.
It's almost like you had no other choice. Interesting.
Yeah, no other
Things
choice.
are different now that we're free. So different. Exiting that prison has taken its toll on our minds. And there, our sight was limited, but not anymore. Instead of just the future, we see
Oh my
everything.
god, that must be awful. Overwhelming.
We see the past, and consequences of actions not taken. The possibilities are infinite, and this is hard even to fathom.
Oh.
We must narrow our vision. These details are unimportant. We may not be of much use at the moment, Monarch. It will take some time to adjust to these new circumstances, if we choose to adjust, that is. Further evaluation is required.
Yeah, everything is important to consider, even if it didn't happen.
We see a past where we failed to save you, Monarch. You fell to your wounds, and Alestia had no hope at all. Domik, too. The failure of the rebellion was certain. Pirates rushed to help, but not led by the same leader. Ulrich sacrificed himself to use the blade and create an army. The Monarch vessels, or perhaps the created seers.
But if I choose the wrong pirates, because at some point in the game we had to choose which pirates clan you should have with us. So far I choose wisely.
Why do you say that seeing these things is important? It is death and carnage, the loss of all hope, and ultimately, death. Only one thing remains constant in all of us, the blade of Exodus.
Learning from past failures is how we become stronger and smarter.
We saw you say this as well. It led to ruin. Our culture was always focused on avoiding the wrong future. We've never thought about seeing numerous versions of the past. But we are sure that we see these things for a reason. Perhaps there is a secret to find, or a link hidden between them all. As we travel, we will do our best to learn more about these visions. We simply wish to make you aware that they exist. It is the opposite of everything we've ever encountered. But at the end of the day, so are you. A huge anomaly.
Hey, that's not nice. I'm not sure what he means, since he speaks so cryptically. But he's having visions of different pasts, not just the future. That would be jarring to me as well, as only ever saw the future. But it was almost always a future that we wanted to avoid. How could you see a different past? That was always set in stone. let alone past so different as to detect the death of my comrades. There had to be a reason. He was right. But it's unlikely that we'd find an answer anytime soon. Have to put up with this burden for a little bit longer.
It pains us to see visions of your death, Monarch. Future or past, it is something we wish to avoid. You carry our legacy. You are everything to us.
Oh.
We request some time alone, if you'd give us the honor. We will do our best to focus on more positive things.
Okay. He turns back to the wall and places his hand upon it.
Sharing an apple in a back alley, a growing bond. Alcohol brings forth childhood dreams, dreams of change. You grow close to a comrade, despite their two-faced nature. A man seeks family to replace the one he never had. There is a girl who finds the strength to succeed in her friends. We wonder where we fit in amongst this group. We hope we can.
He looks down at the floor and I take a few steps back. For now, it's probably best to leave him be. He seems overwhelmed. In his situation, I will be as well. He has to process a lot of new information. If I can find my place in all of this, so can he. Perhaps we'd have more time to talk on the boat's ride. I leave for the dogs, confident to help him more in the future. Okay, so do we have any another scenes available here? No. Okay. No. 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 Okay, so we did everything so far. So we're gonna check to go to the exit and then to the dock. And maybe we can check again the town. Let's go back to town and see what we have at the tavern. So there may be something available here. Yes, Pro Art to Art 1. Yes, we're gonna do Pro, the first romance scene with Pro. Oh my god, Little Regard! Thank you, Little Regard, for
Little
10
Regard
months.
just subscribed. Weird. I thought I had a streak of almost a year now. Twitch is weird. Oh well, XD.
Yes, thanks for 10 months in a row. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Poor West is back against the mailboxes, sifting through letters. He must be pretty popular as his hands were full of paper. I can even imagine if I got that many letters in Valley North.
Oh, hey there.
He looks up at me, startled, and turns to face the mailboxes. Yes, Little Regard, there's a bad emote. It's a 10, it's a bad, it's whatever you want. Wait, all of his letters were actually his. Uh-oh.
Well, you caught me.
Hey.
Just don't tell anybody else, alright? This is one of the best ways to get information.
So, I have few choice here. You can just go through People's My Pro. Hey, why don't you let me help you? Oh, I'll let you slide if you tell me some secrets. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm curious too. I'm gonna help him.
Oh, an accomplice.
Yeah.
I've never actually thought about that. I guess it could make things a little easier. Stand guard for me, alright? Let me know if anybody approaches. If I get caught, I can play it off as a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, just a little mix-up. Trust me, it works pretty much every time I'm caught. It's so easy to win people over. Just admit you did something wrong. They'll immediately switch their stance to defend you. Oh, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. People work in such weird ways.
He turns back to the mailboxes and reads them once again. I guess he's assumed it was okay since I was one of his comrades. A big smile appears on his face as he borrows private information.
It's
Hey,
amazing what
Rose.
some of these people get up to. The most innocent people could be involved in awful things. See, I can beat blackmail, but these people can't.
Oh.
It's a good way to line the rebellion's coffers. So later today, I'm gonna pay this guy a visit.
Oh. He taps one of the paper in his hands.
It would seem a reputable business owner is up to no good. I think he'd lose some business if people found out he worked with pirates. If I got him to pay me off, I could feed the rebellion for months, Seer.
He looks at me as he's waiting for my approval.
Is everything okay? I'm not scaring you away, am I? This kind of stuff isn't for everybody.
Oh. You're not scaring me off. Let's do this. Momo is fun.
Now you're talking. This'll be my biggest score in months. I'll get it done tonight, and then celebrate in my room back at
Oh.
HQ. Feel free to pay me a visit. I'd be down for some quality time together.
Quality time. Momo.
I mean, you still want to be friends, right? I hope all this danger doesn't scare you away. I'm not like this all the time. Trust me, Seer.
Okay. Momo. Hopefully, we can be more than friends, bro. Momo.
Look, I have no idea what you're after. But to be honest, I don't know what I'm after either. If you want to pay me a visit later, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
My room back at HQ is pretty big and luxurious.
Oh.
We can crack open a bottle of wine to celebrate
Yeah,
my big
another
score.
bottle for me.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna promise any more than that. All right?
Yeah. I want a bottle of wine and more. He carefully places the letters back in their respective mailboxes. Clapping his hands together as is to brush off dust, he looks right at me. Squinting his eyes, it's almost like he's trying to judge or gauge me.
I gotta admit, you're a bit different than I expected. That's surprising, since I'm usually a good judge of character. You'd make an interesting subject to write about, you know.
Uh-oh. I shrug, unsure of how to respond to such a thing.
Now I'm getting ahead of myself. I apologize. Let's just stick to the plan.
Yeah.
Bottle of wine,
Bottle of wine.
HQ.
Sure.
I have a new target, so I should probably get going.
Oh, yeah. He smiles at me and rests a hand on my shoulder.
There's not many people I can talk to about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If I have to be honest, I'd say I'm kind of glad that you caught me. Next time we talk, it'll be your turn to spill some secrets. Alright?
Alright. I guess so. With a slight smirk, he slowly walks away from the mailbox. I guess now I know a little bit more about Pro's true nature. But in a time of war, I guess you had to resort to stuff like that. Tabek must only allow it out of necessity. I'm sure Pro would stop this behavior once the war was over. Yeah, sure. So rather than condemn him, I choose to take him up on his offer. Learning more about him over a drink could prove to be entertaining. And at the end of the day, I do not hurt to make another friend. And turn back to the tavern, ready to move on to the next target. Step, I mean. So let's go back to the HQ because let's see what the thing we did unlock. Hey, Naga, no. You have to be professional, Professional. No, I have to go inside. Inside. No. Yes, that's here. In there. Let's see the crew quarters. So, Pro is there. Yes, Pro R2R2. Oh my god. So I enter Pro's room and I see him sitting down. He's hunched over a piece of paper, scribbling notes down on it. It appears to be some sort of legal-looking document. An open bottle of wine sits next to him, And it's still full. 2 wine glasses sit on the table on the opposite sides of each other. Upon hearing my entrance, he looks up at me and smirks.
I knew you'd come sooner or later. Good thing the wine didn't get too warm. Have a seat. This is some good vintage stuff.
Oh. I pull out the chair and sit across from Pro. As soon as I sit down, it starts pouring us some wine. It's a dark crimson red and appears to be quite thick.
At least that's what the guy told me. I just asked for their most expensive wine. That job from before? I made more than I thought. I asked myself what I should do with all of it. I mean, there was a ton to spare even after buying food. All I could think of was share a drink with my new friend.
Yeah, why not?
So, here we are. Hopefully it's something you enjoy. I'd hate to buy you a treat you didn't like.
Oh, I could say, it's more than enough. You didn't have to. Oh, are you trying to win me over? Oh, might be the last time I get to drink for a while. Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah. No, just... Oh, are you trying to win me over?
Wait, I didn't do that already? I already have this whole lovable rogue thing mastered. It's just a matter of sealing the deal with some wine.
Yeah, seal the deal. Yeah.
Last time we hung out, I didn't really get the chance. I was worried I'd scare you away when you found out what I do.
Oh.
It's dirty work, but it helps us survive. Somebody has to do it, right?
Yeah.
There's a big difference between me and a regular swindler, though. I do it because we need to survive. They do it for fun and riches. After the war is over, I won't need to do this stuff anymore. Trust me, I long for that day to come. I want to just kick back and work on my writing. Right now, I only have time for this kind of stuff.
He motions to the paper he was writing on and sighed.
Organized blackmail, pretty much. That guy I mentioned last time, I was able to bribe him.
Oh, good.
He gave us tons of money to hide his growing misconduct. Of course, that makes it sound so bad, but you always need to get everything in writing. So we found a better way to word it. Listen to this.
Okay. An earring?
I offer Pro this sum of money in exchange for discretion. See? Doesn't sound too much like shady business, does it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Information is a huge market, and so is stopping the flow of it. Everyone is so caught up on doing stuff to make money, and here I am able to make it all by staying my hand. You just need to think outside the box a bit, seer. Anyway, enough about that. We should talk about the important stuff. How are you enjoying the new HQ so far?
Okay, hold on. I have many choices now. It's pretty awesome, actually. Oh, better now that I'm alone with you. Oh, damn, I could clean it a bit more. I like it. It's very homey. So I'm gonna go... Better that I'm alone with you. Yeah, it's a romantic wine, I guess.
I mean, not that I was trying to be romantic. Jeez, I hope you don't get the wrong idea. Unless it's the right idea, then please, by all means.
Yes, maybe that's a right or the wrong idea. Who knows? We continue to talk while taking slow sips of wine. Atmosphere here is a lot better than back at the tavern, and it feels like we're getting to know each other far more.
Honestly, I'm having a really great time. It's not often I get to put everything on pause, but right now, I don't have a care in the world. If we have more time, want to do this again? I mean, time might be pretty scarce in the future, but what little time I have, I'd totally spend with you.
So of course I had a great time. Oh, are you asking me out on a date? Oh, if you supply some wine, I'm down. My time is precious. I would think about it. Oh, sure. Yeah. Are you asking me out on a date?
I mean, if you want to put a label on it, sure. But I was just thinking it'd be nice to spend more time together. We're finally past that whole awkward part of introductions.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to come clean about being a swindler, right? I'd rather do it right out of the gate than surprise you later on. We can get to know each other more now and see if we click.
Okay. We keep drinking until the wine is all gone. Just casual conversation, nothing too intense. But once we're done, Pro stands up and yawns.
I guess this is it then? For now, of course. It's getting late. You shouldn't keep Dominic waiting too long. As much as I hate to cut this short, I mean, it's nice to just push aside all responsibilities. Let's make a habit of it.
I'm taking
It'll
my
be
time,
like a
nigga.
ritual of ours.
I'm gonna take my time on this one. He smiles and I stand up, ready to leave. But I guess he's not ready to see me up just yet. Running forward, he wraps his arm around me.
Thank you, Seer. Next time, it's a date.
Oh,
Just like you said.
yeah.
I'll get more wine and
Promise,
candles.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yes, yeah. And with that, he's back to his own business. Sitting at the table, he's lost in that letter once more. I leave the door with a smile on my face. I'm glad we got along. So next time, it's a date. It's a date. It's a date. Yeah. So let's see if I can... Okay. You must complete... Okay, let's check at the war table. So we did some progress so far. That's nice. So let's continue the main story, I guess. We're gonna go to main entrance, exit, or the docks. I think that's the docks. We need to go to the docks. Okay, docks are there. You will be unable to return to the mainland until after Act 4. Knowing this, would you still like to sail for Alarintia? Yes, we're gonna have to go forward, I guess. So, let's go. I make my way to the ship, as Damek instructed. Everyone is already gathered around. Am I late? Before long, I'm spotted by a few of my friends.
Hey there, Monarch. Glad to see you made it on time. They're just about ready to leave Mazeo.
Okay.
I'm so excited to see what Alarinthia is like. I mean, except for the heat, of course. Yikes. But I guess there'll be plenty of time to adapt.
Hey, stop talking about candles on the chat.
Yeah, I don't think our visit there will be a short one. It's kind of a tall order, forming an alliance with Alarinthia. They take their independence seriously, even more than Valinor.
Oh, okay.
I think that Vivian will be our best shot, but I trust you and Dominic to get this done. You're a dream team, so this has to go well.
Upon hearing his name's Damek's ears perk up. He turns around and runs to face me, excited. I'm impressed at how fast he's organized this.
Monarch, perfect timing as always. I was just telling my friends about you. Here, let me introduce you to some of them.
Okay. He starts walking away, leading me to some nearby rebels. I've never seen them before, but they're lucky to be alive. The previous attack almost took everybody from us.
As your advisor, I have a few close friends. They'll provide me with counsel when you're busy. We both know that's going to be quite often, Monarch.
Yes, sadly. This much was true.
Everybody, I'd like to introduce you to the Monarch. Treat him as you treated me. He's your new leader now. And after this war, he'll be the new ruler of Alestia.
That was still overwhelming to think about. I guess I'll have to take things as they come, one step at a time. Damek's friends takes turns stepping forward, seemingly nervous.
I've heard a lot about you, Monarch.
Oh.
Until you arrived, you're all Damek could talk about. You have my allegiance. My sword is yours to command.
And mine, too. Trust me, Monarch. We got this. After this is done, Alestia will belong to us. And if I'm honest, it's about damn time.
Yeah, the Triumvirate has ruled over us for far too long. A change is overdue. It'll keep things nice and interesting. Please, Monarch, come to me if you need any assistance at all.
As if they were this, they all stepped back in unison. It was nice to see that Damek had the support of his rebels. They don't seem to hold him accountable like all did.
Well, I guess that's everything I needed to do. The food and supplies have all been taken aboard. Alex took care of it overnight. I guess he couldn't sleep.
I don't blame him.
Should we continue the rest on the ship? There's still a few people you need to meet. After that, we're in for a long, boring trip.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I nod and start to following aboard. Everybody else follows suit until we're all loaded up. This will be my first time at sea. I hope my body takes it well. The boat is rather large and it can easily fit all of us. Wasting no time, as soon as we're on, they prepare to set sail. Pirates run about the ship, making last-minute preparations. I even see Miles aboard, and that slightly surprises me. However, before I'm able to say anything to him, the pirates take charge. Their leader steps into the middle of the deck and shouts orders.
Come on, everybody, let's do this!
Oh.
They'll write about this voyage in the history books. Let's give them something memorable to read about.
Oh. His crew nod and exchange witty banters as they prepare. It seems like life as a pirate will be actually be pretty fun. I feel glad that we choose to support him. It seems nice. I walk to the center of the ship and slowly inspect my surroundings. It's a bit packed, but that's because nobody went to the crew quarters yet. I could tell from the outside that this place has more than enough space. As soon as Damek sees me, he runs towards me. A few people follow him behind him. More introductions? I guess it's fair. I hadn't met many of the rebels yet.
Monarch, we're almost ready to set sail. Here's the people I wanted to introduce you to. It's important for morale that you get along with our forces.
You're right.
However, these aren't just any rebels. These are the seers that you created back at our HQ.
Oh my god, oh.
They're grateful for your gift, and I think they want to meet you.
Oh my god.
I'll leave you to it. Come find me if you want to chat while we sail. Something tells me there won't be much else to do. Oh well. Worst case scenario, we can get Pro to bring out his cards.
Okay. I smile, he runs off to attend to other business. Even though he stepped down, he was still a busy man. I wonder if it has the same fate that awaited me. Probably. I turn to meet these new people, ready to make friends.
I must thank you for this gift, Monarch. It was alarming at first having all these visions, but now we know they can be used to secure victory.
We know that we may not be able to enjoy this victory, but honestly, I would give anything to serve somebody like you. All I ask is that you go on to live happy lives after the war.
These happy lives may elude us, but we've accepted that. To give our friends a bright future, no price is too high to pay. We are yours to command, Monarch, until we are of no further use.
Oh. I nod, dismissing them. It's good to see that things went well. Honestly, creating seers could have gone horribly wrong, horribly fast. To know that I use the blade effectively gave me great pleasure. I continue to walk along the ship, taking in everything I see. After a few steps, I notice Ulrich and Pro are lost in conversation.
Stop whining, Pro. This trip will be over before you know it. I have my complaints too, but there's nothing I can do.
But you're not scared of the sea, Ulrich. Oh, this is gonna be like torture.
Oh, he doesn't like
know
sea.
it. Do you know where I can find some buckets?
Getting queasy already? We haven't even set sail.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're making it worse.
I laugh and continue walking. More than my comrades, I'm talking amongst themselves. That's good. We had a long and likely boring voyage ahead.
But that's not Salus, right? He's been dead for a while. I'm worried for Milas.
Yeah.
It's weird to see him alive, but I also know it's not
No, it's
really
not.
him.
are you even listening to yourself right now? I can't believe we can say these things and mean them. Like, what's going to happen with no more Spirit Realm?
Who knows? Everything we knew was wrong. At the end of the day, maybe Valonorth will be fine. I don't see how some prison could have kept it warm.
You're right, and that's amazing. Let's push all this weirdness aside and agree on that. We'll ask Salus. I mean, Hal, for sure, when we get the chance.
Of course.
It seems that still digesting these events. I can't blame them, everything is pretty crazy right now. Thankfully, we had plenty of time to continue digesting. Alarintia was almost a day away, at least we'd get some sleep. But until then, I'd better make use of this time to talk to my friends. A lot had happened in the last day, I should check up on them. The ship shakes slightly and I lose my balance for a moment. I guess we're setting sail. I've never actually been at sea before. Pirates run amok. Avi's getting to their designated workstations.
All right, everybody, here we go! We want a smooth voyage, so don't forget your schedules. Those of you with the graveyard shift, I'll make it up to you.
Graveyard? What? He climbs up to the rope netting on the side of the ship and looks at the horizon. With a smile on his face, he points towards a vast body of water before us.
To the seas we go!
Yeah, mama, to the seas! His crew repeats this as if it were a mantra before we set sail. I guess this was it. We were on our way to secure an Alarintian alliance. Okay, clicking on the arrow in the top right will continue the story and the voyage to Alarintia. Okay. It's highly recommended that you complete the series of onboard art to art. Okay, mama, that's all. That's the love boat. Okay. Love, exciting and new. Come and go, respecting you and love both. I could not resist to that. So, let's see. Let's talk first to Damek, I guess. Damek art to arts 3. Oh my god. Damek sits in a bed, staring down at the pendant I saw him hold back at the HQ. He had faced death and came out of the other side. That would change any man. But what happened while he was gone? That's the question has been on my mind. I approached cautiously, careful not to startle him out of his reverie. When I get close to him, he looks up at me, making no effort to hide his tears. He finally had time to process everything that happened back in those tunnels.
I was such a fool, Monarch. Shane tricked me. I was careless. I should have never let him get close to me. He knew my weakness and exploited it. He made me so happy to see him again, I thought I was finally ready.
Weakness? What does he mean?
Will you have a seat with me, Monarch? I guess I should tell you the truth of what happened. From the sidelines, I must have looked incompetent.
I would love to hear the backstory.
I mean, I'm trained in combat, you know. I should have been able to avoid Shane's dagger with ease. It's what they're all thinking, even if they don't say anything.
Thank for the odds, Joshua. With my interest piqued, I sit down beside Damek. He puts the pendant into one of his pockets and turns to face me. I could tell that his crying spell was over. He was more calm and collected.
Back during the occupation, my parents were killed. I saw them murder my father with no hesitation. Blood. Everywhere. After that, my mother took my hand and tried to find us some shelter. We didn't make it very far. We saw all the bodies in the town square, mountains of them. The ground was full of blood, almost like an ocean. If you look closely, you can still see some of the stains, even today.
This seems unrelated to Shane's attack. But I sit and listen. It told me the truth, so I should see where this goes.
My mother made a judgment call and did something risky. What's the one place they would never look for survivors? That's right, amongst the corpses, covered and crushed by them.
Oh my god.
I was crying, but she helped me get underneath a bunch of bodies. She played dead and lay on the outside, holding my hand as tight as she could. I remember how she kept telling me that everything would be okay. That soft whisper.
Oh.
She didn't make it very long. They found her and stabbed her over and over. I felt her wince every time. The grip of my hand got tighter and tighter. Then, after a while, it just let go. I got to feel her final moments.
Oh.
The voice telling me that everything would be okay soon went silent. I was left there, under a pile of bodies, covered in blood. The last embrace I remember, the last time I held a hand. It's not something I could ever do again, it just reminds me of that day. Now you understand how Shane made me freeze in fear and surprise. He was the only other person I told this to. He used that to trick me.
He knew that story, okay.
And he would have killed me too, if it wasn't for you and Howl. I was finally ready to get close to somebody again, and then this happens. That's how I know Shane wasn't just acting. He played dirty, and he wanted me dead. There was so much running through my mind the moment he stabbed me. I thought perhaps he was trying to win over the triumvirate so he could get more intel. But then he stabbed me again, and again. I knew that the man I once knew was gone. They did something to him while he was imprisoned. They won him over. I don't know how they did it, but they turned him into a completely different person. We must never let another one of our allies fall under their thrall. Never.
I nod, agreeing with Damek. But that was a horrible story. Going through that as a child. His aversion to physical contact makes perfect sense now. And Shane is an awful person, having taken advantage of that. Starting Damek, making him relive those memories and killing him. That was despicable.
Sorry for dropping all of that on you, Monarch. I just needed to tell somebody. It was eating away at me. And I trust you. I know you'd never do anything like Shane did.
That goes without saying. However, the room soon falls to silence. Damek fidgets awkwardly, clearly nervous.
Well, I guess that's enough to kill any conversation. Like I said, I'm sorry for dropping all of that on you. Anything else you need to say to me while you can?
Okay. So, that's tricky here, because it's not that easy. You can tell not everybody will hurt you, Damek. Opening up is a good thing. Or say nothing, offer your hand and comfort to Damek. So, something here would be wrong, because I'm not sure he can accept my hand right now. It could be scary for him. So, my feeling says I should just say, not everybody will hurt you, Damek. Opening up is a good thing. Okay. There's something stopping him. Okay.
It's nothing against you, or anyone else I consider a friend. I just have to put this barrier up for my own benefit. I don't want to hurt anybody either, actually.
No. Option 2 was not a good idea. He doesn't like to be touched. I don't think 3 would work. That's why I chose the third choice.
This is war. I almost died back in the Rebel HQ. If I did, can you imagine the pain my allies would feel? Getting close to somebody in a time like this would be a disaster.
He smiles and gets out of the bed. I do so as well. I could tell that he was ready to end this conversation.
Well, shall we call it then? I think this is as good a time as any. let that new information process for a while. When it comes to my past, that's about it. From now on, we can look to the future. I hope it's just as bright as I picture it.
With that, he walks away from me and back up to the deck. I was glad he liked me enough to tell me about his past. It was my duty to never take advantage of that, like Shen did. That's why I didn't took his hand, but would take advantage of that. And I don't want to act like Shen. Yeah, let's check. You can check here. So purity is still 50, corruption is still 10. So that's good because we didn't do too much bad things so far. So gonna save. No, I don't want to. I'm gonna save here. No, it's okay. It's already saved. So let's continue here. Maybe we can have. I wanna take to pro again. That would be interesting to do. I see Pro sitting on one of the beds striking a match. He used it to light some nearby candles, creating a laid-back atmosphere. Candles again. The candle slowly fills the crew quarters with a sweet aroma. Very relaxing.
Hey there, Monarch. Perfect timing, actually. I wanted to talk to you.
Oh, you wanted to talk to me.
We were supposed to have a date, right?
Yes.
I mean, we wanted to see if we click or whatever. I'm glad we decided to start slow without making mistakes.
Yeah.
So, want to have a seat? We can get things started.
Oh.
The candles are supposed to be relaxing. Something about aromatherapy.
Oh.
I never really looked into it, but I'm scared of water, so I needed help.
Oh, it doesn't like water. Okay. I sit down beside Pro on the bed. Already one fact richer. So he was scared of water. He must not be having much fun. It makes me wonder what else I don't know about him. He's a mystery.
You should tell me about yourself, Monarch. And this is because I'm genuinely interested, I swear. Whatever you tell me, I'll never write down in any books.
Okay, that's off, I guess. Oh, okay.
That's what friends do, right? Confide in each other? I know I always talk about writing books and conducting interviews, but the truth is, this time, I want to keep things between the two of us.
Really? I know then tell him a random fact about myself. Nothing harmful, just small. He smiles and we start to exchange facts about each other. He seems really happy. The pressure not to write any of his down and treat me like a subject must be relieving.
Everyone always treats me with such apprehension, you know? Like, anything they tell me, I'll turn around and use it against them. That is a part of my business, but it's not like I want to do things that way.
Yes.
I hope people don't treat me that way after the war is over. I'm quitting this swindler's life as soon as I get the chance. I'll still write, but I won't use information as a weapon. Ever.
Okay.
Instead, I'll use it to help those in need. You know, I've done it before and it feels good. Information can either be a sharp knife or a warm embrace. Weird metaphor, I know. But like I said, I'm no fiction writer. I prefer to focus on stuff that's real, like people and their actions. They ripple outwards, affecting people in ways they'd never know.
You could be a good historian, then.
Of course, that's something that applies to normal people. There's nothing normal about you, Monarch.
Hey.
No offense, of course.
Okay.
You're going to be in charge of the entire world after this war is over.
Okay, no pressure. Whoa, talking about putting the pressure on. Pro sends this and changes the subject.
Can I tell you a little secret? Maybe it'll make you see things differently. You know, so you won't picture me as a bad person.
Oh.
I can tell that a lot of people do, even if they don't say it. But all I'm doing is helping Damek win this war in the best way I can. It's not my fault I'm like this. all I can do is play with the hand I've been dealt.
He smiles, but suddenly a wave of fear overtakes my entire body. I shut my eyes lightly at the last phrase echoes through my mind. Why did I hear that before? Oh, right. During my visions. When I first touched the blade of Exodus back in Valley North. The series of visions ended with me getting stabbed by a man. A man that unfortunately I am now able to identify as Pro. He lets out of sight, and slowly rests his hand on top of mine. A few moments later, he intertwines his finger with mine, smiling. My heart beats incredibly fast as his reversion processes itself. What was going on? Why he would do that?
There was this little boy
who
got abandoned by his parents. He didn't know why, and that hurt him so much. Maybe they just didn't want him. But why? What did he ever do to them? It made no sense, and he hated that.
He's talking about himself.
He had to grow up on the streets, living on the scraps that other people threw away. It wasn't just his parents, you know. It almost seemed like nobody wanted him at all. That just made things worse. Can you imagine feeling unwanted by the world?
As he starts telling me this story, the anxiety slowly dissipates. Pro was a thriller, right? Maybe he was only pretending to kill me. I don't think Pro could hurt me. There must be a deeper meaning there.
He started to pick up on people's secrets. You know, just little things. After a while, he found out that people would pay anything to learn these secrets. As a teenager, he used this ability to live a luxurious life of gluttony and sloth.
Okay.
He knew secrets that could topple cities or destroy people's relationships. But none of that gave him satisfaction, because there was one thing he never knew. Why his parents abandoned him. Why they didn't want him. Did he deserve it?
Nobody deserved that.
It was too humiliating to admit, so he made up another story. His parents died during the occupation. That was much less embarrassing. Everybody believed him, and that helped him fit in with a new group of people. This new group of people, the rebellion, wanted to use his skills for good. They accepted him with open arms, which is something nobody had ever done before. He knew he found his place in the world, and since then, he served his new family. He keeps prodding the locals for information, picking up all sorts of secrets. He wants to know why people do the things they do, and what motivates them. He does this so nobody has to suffer like he did. Simply not knowing the reason.
I notice he starts to get sad and tears are forming in his eyes. Talking about himself is the boy in the story, I can tell. Perhaps telling me if it were a story made it easier for him.
So everybody thinks this guy is bad. A blackmailer and a swindler. He might be right, but it's just how he grew up. He had no control. He had nobody to show him how to act. Nobody to care or love him. At least, until now.
He squeezes my hand tighter and then sits up on the bed. Resting on his knees, he makes sure his face is level to mine.
I'm sure you've already guessed it, but the boy is me. Every action has a reason. Even mine, as bad as the actions are. I only want to see my parents again, face to face, and ask them. Why did they hate me? Why did they throw me away like garbage? If they weren't proud of me, are they proud now? I'd do anything to learn where they are right now. Follow any order, take any course of action. I hope you can understand, Monarch.
I nod and raise my free hand up to stroke the side of his face. He lets out a soft gasp in response and looks directly in my eye.
Thank you.
I lean in closer, lowering my hand down to his side. We kiss, and I can feel him tremble softly, as if he's shy. A single tear trails from his eyes as our lips press together. No matter what happens, he's always be welcome at my side. We continue to kiss, the sweet scent of the candle slowly filling the room. The perfect atmosphere, the perfect mood to express our feeling for one another. Wow. Wow, that was something. Okay, wow. So let's try to have heart to heart with that big guy here. Ulrich, oh my god, things gonna get serious, yeah. I make my way down to the ship cabin and see Ulrich sitting on the bed. At least whatever passes for a bed aboard a somewhat cramped ship. He's sharpening his sword, clearly exerting himself as he does so.
Hey there, Monarch. As you can see, I'm getting ready for combat. I give it 2 days before we are dragged into conflict. They don't use words to resolve things in Alarinthia. It's always a duel or a tournament. That's all they do. When we are there, we might as well speak their language.
He smirks, as if the promise of action is exciting to him. He did hate Alarinthia, but he also loved combat. It was his nature. Hopefully he'd get to tackle a challenge worthy of his skills while we were there.
Gotta make the most of a bad situation, right? I'll get to give my sword arm a real challenge. What about you, Monarch? Excited for this?
So we have a few choices here. Of course, can't wait to secure that alliance. Fighting side by side with you, that's a dream come true. Yeah, marching in its death, born ready. I wish we wouldn't have to resort to violence, Ulrich, or I could go every way. It is what it is. Okay. Yeah, it's very hard to answer here. Fighting side by side. I'm not a good fighter. I don't think so. I will choose. Yeah, but if you want to have a nice heart to heart, I have to choose the second choice. Fighting side by side with you. That's a dream come true. Yeah, he's happy to hear that.
It's almost overwhelming to think about, actually. I have the support of the Monarch of Alestia. There's almost nothing we can't accomplish now.
Okay.
But I'm guessing you didn't come down here for a lecture.
Not really.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
Oh, and what is that? I nod and sit down beside him. He slowly rests his hand on top of mine and holds it. Oh. So much had happened since the last time we were together.
I don't want to scare you, and I'm not really hiding anything. But we're about to go to my homeland. You might hear things.
Oh.
Can you promise me something, Monarch?
Okay.
No matter what happens.
Okay. Promise what?
Remember me for the things I've done for you and the rebellion. No matter what you hear about me or my past, please, don't judge me. I wouldn't judge you based on your past, so I expect the same from you.
Okay. I know that I can afford him that courtesy as long as he's not hiding anything heinous. But it doesn't seem like the type. He's truly devoted his life to the same cause as me.
Good. Then that's pretty much everything I had to say.
Oh.
I was really worried. I wasn't sure how to handle that topic. So rather than overthinking it, I just shot straight. Thank you.
Okay.
It was especially hard since we're kind of involved now. Is that the right word for what we are? I don't really know. After what we did back in Mazeo, I think it's a safe term.
Yeah.
I don't want to complicate things, so I'll just be quiet. But don't think I've forgotten about what happened. If we get the time, I'd like for it to happen again.
Oh my god. Okay.
But I doubt we'll be able to do that on this ship. You can't even breathe without someone else hearing it. I have my ways of keeping quiet, but I wouldn't want to get caught.
It gives me another one of those trademark smirks. I get the feeling that he really does use alcohol as a social crutch. He's much more open and lively while under the influence. Is that bad? I guess it's not my place to say, as long as it doesn't get in the way of his duty. Something told me that our visit to Alarentia would put him in the spotlight more than ever. I get up from the bed and turn around to face him. He continues stroking his sword.
Sorry I didn't have much to say. I guess I'm a little shy. But it'll all make sense in time. I can promise you that.
Okay.
When that time comes, you need to keep your promise.
Okay. He's really pushing this promise thing. Should I be concerned? I'd hate for him to use it as a leverage if some horrible secret came to light. Thankfully, I see Rick as a good person. He wouldn't hide anything bad from us. Like I said, it all makes sense in time. All I can really do is go about my business and wait. Too bad there wasn't enough privacy to have some more fun. Something told me we'd make up from that next time we had a chance. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem, to be on a boat. Yeah, very small one. So we have... Oh, we can try to... Yes, all R2. All stares off into the ocean, deep in contemplation. I imagine that it has a lot to think about and a lot to process. Last time we talked, it seems conflict about whether or not he fit in.
Monarch.
He turns to face me and gives me a small wave, welcoming me. I stand beside him and we stare off into the ocean together. The sun causes to glisten, sparkling with a gentle beauty.
We're still conflicted. These thoughts won't go away. Visions of needless violence and senseless destruction. You may tell us that they aren't real, but we are unsure. The emotions that well up within us are far too real. Is it possible for fake events to elicit real emotions? Or are we perhaps hearing echoes of the past?
Again, the same words. Echoes of the past. What does he mean?
Let us phrase it differently. You know visions, yes?
Yes.
The monarchy used them to guide us to the best possible future. How can you know that best possible future without trial and error? There would still be many futures left unseen and many pasts avoided. Knowing one true course of action requires disregarding millions of wrong ones. What if we are simply seeing these many avenues, almost like our visions have evolved?
Oh.
If not evolved, then perhaps gotten muddled. Rather than see the one important future, we see everything. We do not know if this is a good thing or a bad thing.
It kind of makes sense when you think about it. Seeing the best possible future was like one side of a coin. The other side still exists, and it's left covered up, unseen. Many wrong futures, many wrong choices made. The mind likely blocked these out for a reason. Maybe he's sensitive after escaping his prison.
If this is true, then we exist unbound from time. A string in a labyrinth, with no one holding the other side. No one to tug. No one to guide us in the right direction. No one, of course, except for you.
Oh.
Our visions may be useless at the moment, but are yours. We would recommend that you try inducing a vision, Monarch.
Trying?
Not right now, of course, but in your own time. However, when you do, we would request a favor. If you see the future, embrace it, but also look into the past.
Well, I could do that.
The future you see, blossoms from choice and consequence. Look back at those choices made, and conjure up the choices unmade. The loss, the heartbreak, the death. Maybe then you will know what pains us.
Is plagued with bad visions. He no longer sees one true future. He sees everything, and that is a curse that I will wish upon nobody. I can even imagine how many times he's seen us all die, and for what?
There is only one thing that remains constant throughout these visions. Yourself, the blade of Exodus, and the death it feeds off of. There is something self-serving about all three of these things. You always have that blade, and the people around you always die. When they do, it's almost like that makes the blade more powerful. It's like there's an essence released from our bodies when we pass on.
Maybe that's the plan from the Triumvirate.
But is that the essence of life? Or the essence of death? Perhaps that is a choice the wielder of the blade must make. What do you think, Monarch? Is that energy life? Or is it death?
When we die, I think our spirit is released. That's our life. So energy released when we die, then it's made of death. What? Oh, energy can be made of death. Death is nothing. No, it's just spirit.
An interesting thought, to say the least. If it's up to the wielder, at least we know where you stand. That blade is such a mysterious thing, and it grows ever stronger.
Is almost cryptically telling me what I already know. I know that the blade deals with the spirits of its victims. The Triumvirate used it to create their own massive army. Even if it kept a portion of every soul, it would get stronger with every kill. That, combined with the power of the monarchy inside, immense power. A bit ironic if a portion of everybody the Triumvirate killed was used to end them.
We wonder if you possess this ability as well, to see the past, even when you stand in the present. Is that a curse meant only for us, or a gift to be further honed? It eludes our understanding, and we wish to know for sure. When we come back to the mainland, please return to Valinor. Close your eyes, concentrate on the past, and talk to your comrades. Do they speak as they do now, or as they did back then? We think that this answer will be very enlightening for us, and if it is, then maybe you can understand our plight. How do we know where we are if our surroundings fluctuate? What if we already had this conversation, and this is but an echo? Perhaps we reside at the end of time, simply witnessing our demise.
Oh my god. Okay, now he's lost me.
Sorry, we must appear insane. It's just hard, not being grounded in the present. The one downside of visions, being lost in time. Dreaming of that brighter future, and ignoring the present, looking back on the past, and focusing on our mistakes. We experience this tenfold, even mistakes we did not make. When we see your death, we feel pain. The pain worse than death. The loss of hope. That blade falls to the ground, coated in your blood. Comrades scream in agony as they befall the same fate. Then why do we stand there, only capable of watching? We wish to help you avoid this fate. That is our duty. We apologize for the lack of sense, Monarch. Your time is more valuable than that, limited as it is. Perhaps next time, we will make more sense of everything. But try not to forget our advice and our request. We know there is a purpose for all of this. There must be. Together, we will find it, rather than stand here and complain.
I nod before leaving him behind. He was suffering, I could tell. I had enough trouble dealing with visions of the future. All must feel tortured. If there was anything I could do to help him out, I'd have to do it. when I had the chance. It's possible that his body just doesn't know how to handle all of that energy. I was trained at a young age to handle it, so I had a grasp of what I should be doing. Is it possible that, unless trained, someone's mind could be lost in the sea of time? Perhaps, I suppose, but that is a topic for another day. I returned to the deck of the ship, keeping a watchful eye on my comrades. On my watch, they would never meet the grisly fate that all had witnessed. For a moment, I decided to stare into the sea, watching the waves and ripples. I could have looked ahead to the future towards Alarentia and our final destination. But for a moment, I considered looking away from the path we've set in stone. The sea continues to move, living a life of its own despite our interference. So let's see. Maybe we should try that romance here. Valissa R2 R3. I stepped toward Valissa, who has her hands on the ship's railing. She seems lost in thought, but will not be after a recent event. Careful not to startle her, I simply stand beside her and rest my hands too.
You know, for once I thought things were going well. We had an army, and it seemed like our objective was clear. But they outsmarted us. They caught us off guard. We were careless. They always say to be cautious if things are going too well, especially in war. We got blinded by the victory we thought we secured. Nobody thought to question our course of action, or Domic's orders. And I'm supposed to be the next elder of Valinor.
Yeah.
For the safety of our nation, I need to be better than this. I need to plan for every course of action, however unlikely. I just wish things could be clear, like they used to be. If things were difficult, our future was certain. We don't even know if we can secure this alliance.
Okay, now we have a choice. Don't worry, Valissa, we'll make things work out. My future is clear as long as you're by my side. You're right, everything seems to be so scary and uncertain. Hey, could be worse. We could have died in the attack. Well, I can understand what you're going through, but it's boring. Okay. Yeah, gonna choose the second choice. It always with multiple arts here. Let's try this. My future is clear as long as you're by my side.
Really? Are you sure about that, Monarch? You have a world to save. You can't just focus on me. Another mistake would mean the end of our cause.
I just need to focus on certain things on you.
I mean, that's why I haven't really had time to think about romance. What good is planning my future if I might not even be alive next week? That would just lead to heartbreak. Heartbreak could be catastrophic.
Just at the low tide, I will stare off into the horizon. The slow rocking of the ship pushes closer together. With the distance closed, I can hear her more clearly. There's definitely more on her mind, I can tell. But I can't force her to open up, so I stand there in silence. My ears are open to her as long as she decides to speak.
I was so lost in thought, I couldn't sleep last night. I decided to help Alex prepare the ship for our voyage.
Oh.
We got to talking, and he told me something shocking.
Oh. What is what?
I'm not even sure if I should tell you this, Monarch. But I guess it's something you deserve to know. Remember how those people recognized us?
Yeah. She must be talking about Grace and Grayson. We both recognized us when we first met.
They recognized us too. Immediately. I assumed it's because they knew our parents. But then they told me how they knew them.
Ah, yes. They killed them. I remember that. She closed her eyes and looks up to the sky.
Our parents were pirates, Monarch. Feared, hated, legendary pirates. Sure explains their trips to Museo.
And you know me, I like to create drama. But I'm still the nicest dragon in the world. I promise.
At first, I didn't believe it. I was lost in denial, but they kept telling me more and more, and I had to accept it.
More.
I always pictured our parents as these perfect, untarnished people.
And I'm a king, so King Azur can do as he please, what he want to do with people.
But they were killers. They broke the law. They pillaged. They were part of the reason the Triumvirate launched the occupation. I know what you're going to say. They wanted the idol. Piracy was a cover. And while you may be right, the excuse was still valid. At the end of the day, piracy was running rampant throughout Museo. Our parents played a part in giving them this perfect excuse. Don't you see? And in doing so, they are partly responsible for all of those deaths. We always thought they were innocent victims. But were they really? Honestly, I doubt I'll be doing much sleep tonight either, Monarch.
Okay, we can do something else. She lets out on the other side, even more exasperated than the last one.
Let's sum it up, shall we? There's no more spirit realm. Our belief system was shattered. Almost the entire rebellion was killed in action. We were tricked. And to top it all off, I'm the daughter of some ruthless pirate killers. How am I supposed to process all of this? How will you? Your parents, my parents, Fortune's parents, all 6 of them. They're not the people we thought they were. What do we do?
All we can do is be better people than we were. Or say nothing and hold our hand. Oh my god. Brag about it, of course. That's pretty awesome. I don't know. Let's play it by ear. Yeah. I'm gonna be very romantic. Say nothing and or and without saying anything, I step closer and hold her hand. She grips it lightly as we both rest on the wooden rails of the ship. Moments later, however, she takes a few steps closer to me. Placing her head on my shoulder, she wraps her free arm around mine. Oh my mind. Hugging it tightly, I can feel her tremble as emotion wells up within her. All she feels is understandable. She's going through so much right now.
I'm just so lost, Monarch.
Honestly, part of me feels the same way. In that moment, there's nothing left to say. We stare off into the ocean together. It was a turning point in all of lives. How we handled things would define who we became. Our conversation ends with that thought, burying both hope and despair. So I think the last one is that scene here, and that also that scene over there. You can check, but first. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to check that where I can unlock this one. So we're gonna check this one here. That's
You
a scene.
are not my father.
Uh-oh.
Do you say this to inform us or to console yourself?
Oh, that's the father of, oh my god, of Salus.
Huh? This question was self-explanatory.
Oh my god.
It's just... I should be mad at you. Furious. You defile the memory and likeness of my father. Do we? It seems that Salus was an honorable man. Are we not carrying out his final wishes? What? The freedom of Alestia. The destruction of the Triumvirate. When you look at it that way, it seems as if we defile nothing. I don't know. What are you wishing to know?
I want to know how I should feel right now. This is just so bizarre. I have no idea what to do. Back in Valinor, things were so simple and easy.
Why must you do anything? You could mull over this development for years, you know. At the end of the day, you should do something more useful.
Like what?
This is not for us to decide, but have no worries. We will take care of this body, and using it, we will do everything we can to honor your father.
Thank you. I'll let you know if I think of anything. This might take a while for me to understand.
Very well, but please remember this. Lack of understanding is not a fault. In fact, it can be a strength. You flourished even though you did not know the truth of the spirits.
You're right. I think I need some time alone. I'll be down in the crew quarters, Hal.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna, I think, gonna skip the scene here. There's something we can get. Okay, so retire to quarters until you arrive in Alarincha. Yes. I make my way down to the crew area of the ship. My bed isn't too hard to find, and at least I have privacy. I find myself remembering what Chris told me about the blade. It bends to the will of the wielder, and that much was true. I've been able to use it to accomplish so much already. But what are the true limits of its power? Did I want to know? I rest the blade on my bed and sit beside it, cross-legged. Closing my eyes, I start to focus and clear my mind. This is probably a good time to test my limits. Blade of Exodus, show me our victory. I reach forward and gently touch the blade. My eyes are shut tight, and my resolve is clear. Yet, try and wish as I might, nothing happens at all. Did the blade have nothing to show me? Or maybe was I scared of seeing the future? It could be worse. Was there no victory in sight? I pulled back and opened my eyes. Didn't work. I scoff and rest the blade at my bedside concerned. I drift off to sleep with an anxiety that wasn't there before. When I wake up, I see the sun pierce through the windows. With everything I was told, that means we're Alarintia. I grab the blade and immediately get out of bed. Running around the ship, I see nobody in sight. Did they leave without me? That's odd. Or maybe they let me sleep in. After everything that happened, I guess I'm thankful. I search for a map of Alarintia and inspect it closely. If they left, then I should be able to meet them at the docks. Is that a kind of new vision? Do you think? I'm gonna have some fingers. Hungry. I'm hungry. Sorry. So let's see. We're at the docks, so we're gonna do that scenes first, I guess. Let's see. When I exit the ship, I notice everybody standing around outside. Eric stands strong and tall, but all of my other comrades look defeated. Fanning themselves, it's clear that the heat is the source of this exhaustion.
Oh, jeez, this is almost unbearable. Ulrich, how do people even live in this heat? It's only been 10 minutes and I already feel like death.
Yeah, you have too much fur, darling. Mom.
You get used to it, trust me. Besides, a lot of the natives are draconic.
Yeah.
Their bodies don't handle the mainland too well.
The dragonic are cool. Momo. Oh, maybe you're gonna see some draggies. Momo, I'm excited.
Oh, I think I read about that.
Hmm.
Hopefully they can adapt just as fast as we can. We'll be marching into Balteas together, after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just make sure to have a drink on you at all times. In these deserts, dehydration is your greatest enemy.
Hmm.
Right.
They part ways and go about their business. Eric goes toward Pro and they start talking in private. Valeta ends up with Fortem, so I need to find my own company. Damek and all stand together, so I slowly walk toward them. Hopefully some of the tension has set after the long voyage. It will be detrimental to have two senior staff constantly at arms.
Hello, Monarch.
Hello, Damek.
Hey.
Hello, Hall.
I was just about to ask Howl about Elarinthia. Surely it looks much different than it did back then.
Oh, right.
Legends dictate that it was once lush and full of green.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
Legends that lie.
Oh? Okay.
Wait, really? But that can't be true. The destruction of the idol turned it into this desert. Without spiritual energy to nurture the land. Oh,
Ready?
wait.
Precisely. Elarinthia has always looked this way. This legend you speak of is simply a poorly conjured tale. We often create stories to understand what we cannot grasp.
Wait, does that mean that Valinor will be fine without the idol?
Correct. In our prison, we had no power. There is no logic behind these assumptions of yours. At least, no logic now that you know the truth of our kind.
Well, isn't that wonderful news? At least it narrows our focus a little bit more. I could tell that was a source of stress, Monarch.
Okay, so that's understatement. This is amazing news. Oh, I could hear you so hard right now. I can't wait to tell this to Valisa and Fortem. Oh, it's hard to celebrate knowing how the monarchy suffered. Yeah, that's an understatement. This is amazing news.
We are happy that we could ease some pain, Monarch. The fear of losing your homeland? We can't even imagine. At least it remained only that, a fear. We were not so lucky.
He crosses his arms and looks around the docks. I can tell he's wondering why we're still standing around. After all, we were on a tight schedule with the ball and all.
Normally there'd be a lengthy immigration process, but due to the ball, this nation is open to everybody. It's a long trek, but we can head straight into the city.
And what do we do once we get there?
Look for Vivian, I presume.
Okay.
If we can't find her in time, then we'll head to the ball. But meeting her before then would be a huge advantage.
Vivian, okay. That's a secondary objective, right?
We agree with this course of action, Monarch. However, our knowledge of Elarinthia is not very deep. We'd suggest working closely with Ulrich in this endeavor.
I nod, agreeing with what they both have to say. As it that was to dismiss me, they both turn away. It's nice to see that getting along, at least. Eric and Pro seems to be done with their conversation as well. Making my way over to Ulrich, I notice something odd. Out of the corner of my eye, someone is staring at me. Eh? Oh, it's a Trekkie. I make eye contact with them and they quickly run away. But what's concerning being by Ulrich is probably a good idea right now. As I approach him, he smiles at me odd. I thought it'd be miserable.
Hey there, Monarch. Welcome to my homeland. Forecast calls for excruciating heat and a chance of death. Just a chance, though. Let's hope it stays that way, right?
Okay. I nod. I guess he's using some humor to cope.
Let me guess. You have a lot of questions. I'll try my best to answer, but make it quick. We're on a strict timer here. We can't fail.
He motions towards the vast desert before us. Honestly, it seems to go on forever. It's crazy.
The ball starts in around 8 hours. Dinner time. If we don't move fast, we won't be able to make it. You know what's at stake, Monarch. Let's get going.
Yeah, we need to find Vivian. I know, I guess it does have the authority here. After all, none of us know anything about this place. If we're following his lead, I'd better do what he says. Of course, I do have a few questions about this place. If I stop to ask him before we leave, I'd better do it fast. Missing that ball could be catastrophic to our cause. Okay. Let's check the map first. Okay. Ships, we got there. Ducks, it's done. Desert, gate, oasis. What do we have here? The ducks. Weather.
Hey.
Interesting. There's nothing about Vivian here. What can you tell me about this ball?
Well, it's definitely not something Dracu came up with. Rulers of Alarenthia have been doing it for ages, actually. It's supposed to make your subjects less inclined to rebel.
Okay.
It's not really working if Vivian exists, but at the end of the day, it's still a nice party. As much food and drink as you could ever want.
Okay.
Don't worry, Monarch. I won't go overboard. I do like to drink, but not while I'm on a mission of any sort. I'll be tempted, of course, though I'm sure you can keep me in line. After the feast, there's a large ball, but it all starts with a speech. Basically, Dracu will be bragging about his power and influence. If he shows off how strong he is, he's less inclined to be challenged.
Dracu is a draggy, I think.
Though if there is a challenge, they hold a tournament the next day. It rarely happens unless it's a drunken partygoer trying to play a joke. Everyone wakes up, hungover, and goes about their simple lives.
Okay. Interesting. So I guess we have to move. So we're gonna check the desert, I think. We take slow, heavy steps through the deserts of Alarentia. It assaults us as the humidity is thick, like shits in the air. Eric seems unfazed, but everyone else is handling it pretty badly.
I can't believe that people actually live here. How much farther is it, Ulrich? This is crazy.
I'd say around 6 to 8 hours. There's an oasis halfway there. We can stop. I have a feeling you've already exhausted your canteen.
It was too hard to resist. So, there's an oasis in a few hours? That'll be a good place to rest and relax.
Yeah, but we can afford to miss the ball.
We can't waste that kind of time, Dominic. There's enough time to fill up on water. That's it. If we take too long, we'll miss both Vivian and the ball.
Uh-oh. What's the choice here?
Right, of course.
Damek spends sweet shredding through his fur. He's not alone though. Almost everybody acts the same. Hopefully things will cool down once the sun starts to set. I move toward Ulrich as we walk through the desert. He was our guide, so I shouldn't let him out of sight. I can see the city in the distance, but no oasis at all.
Back in the day, they used these deserts as punishment.
Okay.
Criminals were sent out here and they had to prove their worth. If they were strong enough to survive, then they'd be taken back in. Most of the time, the criminals would just succumb to the heat. They'd be unable to move, then they'd pass out. Death would come soon after. They called these people Sixers, since they usually passed out within 6 hours.
Oh my god. I'm not sure why he's telling this to me. If he wants to pep me up, he's sure failing. We'd be out here for more than 6 hours.
In addition to that, their bodies lasted 6 days. Don't worry though, we'll be fine. We have water. That isn't the courtesy they wanted to give to criminals.
Well, at least that makes me feel better.
You're probably wondering why I'm telling you this story. Don't worry, I have a reason. Aside...
Okay, he smiles and out his arm. Rotating it slightly, he shows off his tattoos.
If the Sixers survived,
yeah,
they gave them special markings.
Oh.
They were pardoned and to be respected for their power. A bit of a secret, you know?
He was a sixer.
Just keep it between us.
Okay.
Alright?
Wait, so Eric is an Alarintian criminal? Or this is worse, since it appears to have been porn. I'm glad, but it was comfortable enough to tell me this kind of stuff.
Besides, they look pretty good, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't mind some of my own actually, definitely. They make you more attractive, yeah, exactly.
You're definitely not the first one to say that. I didn't like them at first, but they grew on me. If something makes you look better, embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I guess that's enough story time for now. The more you know about Alarinthia, the better. That and it makes the walk
Hello,
go by
Popats
way
Gaming.
faster.
Mama, welcome, Rabion.
If you'll excuse me, I have some business to take care of.
Okay.
We'll have plenty of time to talk later, Monarch. Trust me. If you find that you're needing anything, just wave me down.
No problem, Ulrich. I nod before looking back at the rest of my comrades. They look so drained and fatigued. We need that houses and fast. Okay. So we can go there already. We need to go to the oasis first. When you arrive at the oasis, everybody immediately runs toward it. Opening their canteens, they fill them up and quickly drink up. I do the same, before turning to face my allies in relief. I was starting to get parched and worried about passing out. Placement of an oasis here was awfully convenient. I choose not to count our blessings as I face my friend.
This is amazing! Just what I needed. If you don't mind, I'm gonna take a swim. Just give me a few minutes, alright?
Fortim, no. That's disgusting. People drink this water. It's not for swimming.
Yeah.
But...
No.
Uh-oh. Fortem scoffs and crosses his arms. This is the moment I decide to tell them what all told me. Without the power from Solberg's idol, Valinor would be fine.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you're certain about this?
I know. All was definitely a reliable source. There was now upside to all of our shaken faith.
I totally needed to hear some good news. This trek through the desert is downright awful. When we get back, let's all go to Valinor.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. It'll feel so good to be back home. With your vision and that dim idol, my outlook was so grim. But now that attack won't happen, and the idol doesn't matter.
Long live Valinor?
Long live Valinor.
We all smiled before parting ways. I look over at Ulrich and Pro. They're talking to each other, but very quickly. Almost secretive. I choose not to interrupt them and make my way over to Damek.
Hey, we were just talking about our future options. I mean, would we rather side with Vivian or Draku? I think Vivian is the better option, but Hal disagrees.
I don't know these ones.
As we seem to do in many matters. We need strength to win the upcoming war, Damek.
Mm-hmm.
Vivian cannot deliver as much strength. Only hope for her nation. If hope could win wars, we wouldn't even be here. In times like this, we are glad that you're not in charge. We trust that the monarch will make the proper
another
decision.
Uh-oh. Oh my god.
Well, what do you say, Monarch? If you had to choose right now, what would you do? Just a hypothetical, of course.
Yeah,
nothing set in stone.
hypothetical. Okay. Draco, I think it's a dragon. Very good. Strength or Vivian. I trust Damek. I choose Damek and I want to trust him. So, yeah, I'm gonna be loyal to Damek. I think you're right, Damek. Vivian might be a good idea.
There you have it, Hal. We need to think about the future of this world too. It makes sense to give Alarinthia a new form of leadership.
There is nothing wrong with the way Alarinthia is run. You cannot change it simply because you do not like it. Such a move would make you no better than the Triumvirate. We cannot become the enemy we seek to dethrone. Your way of thinking requires some reevaluation, Domic. You may say means to an end, but so does the triumvirate.
Wow, you paint me as such a villain.
The change in leadership would require the spilling of blood. Innocents would die, much like the occupation of Mazeo. Think of what you lost. Do you want to do this to others?
That's a very good point. Tameng seems unable to come up with a response to this. Promptly changing the subject, he seems to admit defeat.
Well, are you all full up on water? Ulrich said we're halfway there, and we're making good time. I think we'll make it to the city with plenty of time to spare, Monarch.
Okay. All seems unamused at the sudden change in topic.
This body does not work like you would expect. We do not need water, and do not risk passing out. Whenever you're ready to continue, we'll do so.
Okay. After saying that, we all part ways. We shouldn't stay here for too much longer. Missing that ball will damage our cause immensely. Okay, so we can talk, we have a chat here, and people here, but no. We're gonna go directly to the gate. We arrive at the gates to Alarentia after an exhausting trek through the desert. It feels like things will change now that we're here, but they probably won't. The city won't be any more inviting, there just might be more water. A lone man stands at the gate and I recognize him. He's the man I saw watching us back at the docks. This can't be coincidence. He must be after us. Eric notices him and starts to walk towards the gate.
Let me handle this. I've been here before.
Okay.
He probably knows who we are. Info travels fast here. Just stay calm and I'll have us in the city in no time, alright?
We all nod, leaving Ulrich to handle the situation.
We seek passage into the city and nothing more. It's been a long trip from Mazeo and we need shelter. Our business lies with the ones known as Vivian and Draku.
The man remains silent for a few moments before bursting into laughter.
I know exactly who you are. Oh,
Hey,
Vivian is waiting for you in the tavern. And Draku? Well, you'll have a ball to attend.
Wait, how do you know who I am?
That guy is following us.
I followed you all, up until the Oasis. That was my chance to get ahead and tip off Vivian.
Oh.
Besides, you stick out like a sore thumb. Nice markings, Sixer.
He knows. Oh. Hello, Flippy, the pink and silver fox. Welcome.
I trust that won't be an issue.
Thanks for the follow, Flippy.
It shouldn't, but I'm surprised you found somebody to do that. Recreating the markings of the ancients is frowned upon. They earned those markings. You certainly did not.
What? He was lying? He's not a Sixer?
Of course.
Though you do bear a striking resemblance to the Ulrich of legend.
What?
If anything,
Legend?
that'll make your relationship with Vivian more amicable.
What? There's a Ulrich in the legend?
I was given this name by my
thank you,
parents.
Flippy.
They align with his views and so do I. If that'll be all, we'd like to keep going.
Okay.
Of course, I wasn't standing here to stop you. I merely wished to welcome you back home. I hope you and your monarch end up useful.
Hey. He bows to Ulrich as a sign of respect. What is going on here?
By the way, call me Drakior.
Drakior. Ulrich nods before turning back to face us. Drakiors enter the city, likely returning to Vivian's sides. Yes. I'm glad that our quests in this land finally had some direction.
Well, that was easy. Because of the ball, there's almost no security. I knew he'd be involved with Vivian. I could just tell.
You know him?
So we'll have enough time to meet with her before the ball. That's great. I was worried we'd be on a tight schedule. You can't really rush decisions that change a nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely fortuitous. We better make sure it's not a trap. And that's the
That's
perfect
too
way to
good to
catch
be
us
true.
off guard.
Well, he didn't seem disingenuous.
It's a draggy, so yeah, you never know about draggies.
That's the perfect way to catch us off guard.
Yeah.
Right. So, what's the next step?
We head into the town square. If the tavern hasn't moved, it's connected. We'll be seeing Vivian within the hour, for sure.
All right, sounds good to me. Is there more water in the city?
Probably.
Yeah, but don't ask for water in the tavern. It's seen as a sign of weakness amongst Alorenthians. If you drink anything while we're there, make sure it's ale.
Ami means add. No, ami means friends. Add friends means add. Ajouter ami. Everybody stands around, seeming to wait for my mark. There's something up with Ulrich. I have a strong gut feeling. His secret talks with Pro and some of the things Dracker said. Okay, let's go inside. Traveling into the city? Yes. So, first stop, Town Square. As soon as we enter the town square, Ulrich motions for all of us to stay close. People run amok, while others try to peddle their wares, waving us over. It almost just like Mazeo, but the products must be different.
Good. Tavern is in the same place.
Oh.
It's just over there, so we'll make it on time.
Get well soon, Lippy. He crosses his arms and looks around the town square. And he rubs his arm in a way that almost hides his tattoo. But it's too late. I can already see the town people staring. Ulrich was definitely hiding something from all of us. I hate to say he's losing our trust, but he's definitely suspicious. Nothing he's told me adds up with that what the Iranians have said. Almost out of fear, it seems that the townspeople avoid us. Eye contact is as far as we go, leaving us lots of room to maneuver. I guess that helps. I'd suck if they all invaded our personal bubble.
Let's not waste too much time out here, alright? I think we only have a few hours until the ball begins. I'll stay here, but feel free to look around for a bit.
Okay. Honestly, I expect Alarentia to be different. But it looks like I'm staring at an alternate version of Mazeo. The only thing that stands out is the architecture and the heat. That's it. It didn't change one bit when we got to the city. However, the natives seems used to it, walking around with ease. Most of them aren't fully clothed, wearing a get-up much like Ulrich's. I guess it's my fault for expecting something different out of this place. Before we head to the tavern, I decide to look around for a few minutes. Maybe it would be a good idea to talk to Ulrich as well. He's acting strange. So let's try. We have here option to talk to him. Okay, let's see. So it's about Dracera. He's leading us into a trap. Oh. What did he mean by Ulrich of the Legend? Yeah, that's something I really want to know. What did he mean by the Ulrich of Legend?
I hate to talk about this, so I'll try making it quick.
Yeah?
Vivian obviously isn't the first person to rebel against Alorenthia's laws. The first one, at least in recorded history, was named Ulrich, like me.
But not you.
Many people followed after his ideals, including my parents. So much so that they decided to name me after him. I don't like it.
Oh,
that's all it is, really.
I see.
My name is a silly little tribute.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't help that I also actually look like him. Or at least all artistic and textual descriptions of him. A pretty cool coincidence, but that's all it is.
That's strange.
I knew this stuff would come up as soon as we got here. Just remember, you've known me long before this trip. Don't come to judge me by the things these people say.
Okay. I will try to remember. Okay, so we have another choice. So, how did you actually get those tattoos?
I'd rather not talk about that right now, but I have a feeling you'll find out soon enough.
Oh.
It's complicated and we're really short on time.
Okay.
Just trust me, alright? It's nothing bad. I earned these, they weren't ripped off. Let's grab a drink in the tavern and chat.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna save here. So let's check. We have purity at 50%, corruption at 10%, morality at 15%, books rate so far 7, 9 hours of play. That's great. Maybe we can push it just a little bit further. See what's next at the tavern and something. Let's see. We enter the tavern and make sure to stick close together. It was packed, noisy, and the patron seems pretty rowdy. I make sure to stick by Ulrich in case something breaks out.
It looks just like I remember it. All these years and nothing has changed. I guess there's no use trying to change perfection.
Yes, it looks much like it did in our time as well. If memory serves, Alarinthia is home to a unique wine. Monarch, if you have a drink, we would suggest that.
Oh my god. Hello, Crowy. I'm gonna add up that game. Alcoholic. I drink wine so much in that game.
Wow. He actually knows what he's talking about. I'm buying a few bottles to bring back to the mainland. The climate of Alarinthia affects the taste of everything.
Yeah, that game is perfect for French draggies.
Some in a good way and some in a bad way. I won't bore you with the details, but the wine is great. Let's find Vivian and get everything started, shall we?
Thank for the bitties, Crowy. We all nod to one another and venture deeper into the tavern. It's an open place with no doors. I can see right outside to the market. It makes things noisy, almost unbearably so, but I'll have to deal with it. We approach the bar. I assume Ulrich is going to ask after Vivian. I can even see Dracula. I look around and notice a bunch of eyes on us. Part of me starts to wonder if this was a trap. Something feels odd. A man sneaks up from behind us and stands between me and Ulrich. He has a drink in his hand and he slams it down on the table. Some of it spills on the bar. This man must be intoxicated.
Hey, would you let me buy you a drink? Something tells me you're not from around here. I know a lot about this place if you need a tour guide.
Oh, another draggy, I guess. Before I can answer, Ulrich gently pushes them away.
Look, we don't have time for any antics, but if you know where Vivian is, we could use some help. You're right about us being foreigners. We've come a long way.
Oh, you're looking for Vivian.
Salut NSGN.
Why did you say so? Follow me.
Oh, it's a trap or maybe something good. Ulrich and I stare at each other at unease.
We'd rather stay here if you don't mind. Following strangers isn't the best idea.
All right. I'll be right back. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I trust you. Have I seen you before? You look familiar.
No. Now please leave us be.
From Spain.
Don't bother us again unless you have Vivian. I'll ask the barkeep in the meantime. Maybe they know.
Nobody knows Crowy. Maybe it's a draggy. The mystery man nods and walks away from us. I doubt it be coming back. He was probably a scammer. Is there something about us that marks us as easy target?
Now I guess I'll start.
Before I can continue, Dracula sneaks up behind us.
Your manners could use some work, Ulrich.
Oh.
I use my manners on worthwhile people.
And Vivian isn't one of them? I saw how you just shoved him away.
Wait, what? Vivian is a man?
What? The man?
And an honorable one at that. He deserves to be treated with respect.
What the fuck?
I don't believe you.
Most people don't. His parents chose the name. If anything, it keeps the assassins looking for the wrong person.
Okay.
Try and tell me you weren't looking for a female when you entered.
Yeah. Hello, phenotype. Eric Sharks, Dracula at the point. So.
Let's get this over with then. We need to talk about securing an alliance. Then we'll do the same with Dracu and take the best deal.
Vivian approaches us and stands beside Dracula.
You told them? I was having fun, Drakior. That's in short supply these days.
What?
Thanks a
That's
lot.
Vivian? What?
They're on a strict schedule, Vivian. The ball opens up in a matter of hours.
Yeah, but
remember,
until
you still
30.
have a move to make.
Even 30.
Right. A challenge at the ball. Move aside. I'll explain our plan to Ulrich. If he has any sense, he'll aid our cause.
Dracula nods and steps aside. Our comrades gather around, having realized what's going on.
So Vivian is a guy?
I guess so. But don't say that too loud. Something tells me it's not common knowledge.
Yeah.
Very smart. Helps you stay incognito. We were all looking for a girl, weren't we?
Hola, Flippy. Hola, ¿qué tal?
Yeah, something like that. Either way, I'm glad this worked out. We should probably talk terms with him.
Yeah.
You have a nice group of comrades, Ulrich. Start by telling me about him, though.
Him? Me? Vivian stares at me. That was a reasonable request. My position beside Ulrich implied we were closer than the rest.
This is the monarch, heir to the throne of Alestia. After we take down the triumvirate, this is his world. A crazy claim, I know, but we have proof of everything.
Yes, Flippy, I'm on Facebook. You're right. Vivian blinks a few times, clearly confused.
Let's continue under the assumption that I understand. At the end of the day, you want my army to aid you, right?
Right.
Well, this is where it gets a bit weird. I want your army just as much as you want mine. Maybe we can come to some sort of conclusion?
Go on.
I'm going to Dracu's ball and challenging him. Tomorrow, I plan to be fighting for the throne.
That's
We'll
the
do it
game
right.
of life and death.
One last fight in the Colosseum.
Uh-oh.
I had Drakior stay at the docks to watch the new arrivals. If he found a group that looked strong enough, he'd tell me. You fit the bill. Better than anyone else. So he spied on you.
What?
He heard your group talking about a rebellion and a big army. That's when I knew we hit the jackpot. Our new target was clear. But to know you came here just for me? That's pretty flattering. If you help me take down Dracu in the Colosseum, I'll help you. I can offer a few hundred men and maybe more from my throne. Who knows how many people I can rally up if I take over this nation.
But you don't just care about power, right? You plan to change this nation for the better.
Uh-oh, that's very interesting here. Because if we wanted to choose between Vivian and Dracu, we need to know what Vivian has on his mind.
Yes. I plan to model ourselves like the mainland. Elections, voters, stuff like that. No more tournaments. I've lost too many amazing
Okay,
people to
if he's not
barbaric,
lying, that's a good thing
laws.
here. Yeah, I could agree on that.
Vivian, I'll be honest with you here. I want to support you, but the final choice rests with the monarch. After the ball, we need to talk with Dracu first. and weigh out our
No,
options.
that guy is fine for 1 or 2 sentences. He's speaking Spanish to have fun.
Understandable. But be warned. That's when I'm making my move. If he accepts my challenge, we'll be fighting in the morning. You better hurry. That ball is known for huge lines.
Okay. Ulrich looks over at Pro, and they nod to each other.
Monarch, I need to tell you something. This is my homeland, and I've always wanted to change it. I have to fight alongside Vivian, even if you ally with Draku.
Uh-oh. So that makes things more difficult for me, I guess. Oh
And
my
if
god.
Draku's terms involve destroying Vivian's insurrection, well, then I think we'll be fighting each other. in the
Oh,
Colosseum.
no.
Remember that these are fights to the death.
Yeah, I know that.
I have no other choice.
Oh, fuck. Oh, please, no. Don't force me. Oh. Fighting Ulrich, there's no way I could do that.
I'll choose Ulrich as my champion then.
Oh, no. Can you fight yourself? Oh. You're draggy. Champion.
Each side gets to choose a champion to fight with them. Aside from that, they get to choose 20 to 30 fighters. Everybody that didn't make the cut for champion as an example.
Not totally flipping.
This means that myself, Ulrich, and my army would fight in the Colosseum. The battle ends when either the champion or the leader has fallen.
Oh.
Now, I know for a fact that Draku doesn't like to lose his own men.
So
if I challenge him at the ball, after you ask him for his support, I bet he'll make you fight me for it.
Oh, no.
Use your men instead. He's predictable, but you use that to your advantage, Monarch.
I hope it doesn't come down to fighting each other. But for the future of this nation, I will do what I must. Now let's get to that ball and see what Draku wants.
Yeah.
He's probably expecting you. If Drakior scoped you out, I'm betting Westy did too. That's Draku's right hand. Just
Westy?
be careful out there.
Westy?
I'll be making my move right after he addresses his people. Make sure you're there. That happens in the throne room. Just don't make the wrong choice, Monarch. Go with me.
Yeah, but I barely know you. He smiles before walking away with Draco in tow. So he needed us just as much as we needed him. I guess in this case that worked in our favor. I didn't expect Ulrich to side with Vivian though. I thought he'd wait for my choice and fight alongside me. To know we could be enemies in the Colosseum. That's terrific. But it seems like a real possibility with each passing second. It makes sense for Draku to use expendable foreigners as his supporting fighters. At the end of the day, it really only mattered who the leader and the champions were. Vivian and Ulrich. Draku and who? Guess we'd find out. We stayed in the tavern for a while before leaving. However, our next destination was clear. Castle. Hopefully the line for the ball wasn't horribly long. So we have some choice here, we can still talk to Ulrich here, and I think that's important at that point. So we're gonna do Ulrich R2 R4, and it's gonna be very warm and hot and stuff, and that's interesting because that probably is the last thing we're gonna do tonight in that game. Ulrich sits at the tavern, taking large swigs of ale. It's hard to accept that if we sided with Draku, it'd be against us. But it's understandable as well, he really wanted to change Alarintia. I hope that this won't affect the rebellion and our unity. We can have our key members being at arms with each other.
Have a seat, Monarch. These drinks are on me. I don't want you filling up on Draku's handouts.
I know that take a second sit beside him. I will drink. But I want some answers. His hasty alliance with Vivian, the lies about his markings and his past. If he wants my trust, then he needs to tell me everything. I feel lost. I voiced both concerns to him as the drink he ordered me arrives. Taking a last swig, I sit back and await his response. Whatever it may be.
Trust. This isn't about trust, Monarch. Your trust in me won't affect any of your decisions. In fact, we could win this war without any trust at all.
Really?
All that matters is the desire to fight for a common cause. Did you think that these little chats we've been having were mandatory? Trust me, I could have done just fine without them. In fact, I'd be better off.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm talking about with his harsh words. What's going on? Why are you doing that? That's strange. Mama. But I don't let it provoke me. I simply wait. It's best if I let him get a clear head instead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Oh.
It's just the feelings I have for you, they complicate things.
Oh.
Harmless fun, I know that's what we said, but look at me now. I'm scared that if I tell you everything, you'll turn your back to me. Spirits know everybody else did. Look at me. Still using superstition. The spirits had no power over us, no divine plan. Then why do I find myself still wanting to believe in them? I guess maybe they gave me a sense of comfort in difficult times. It's different now, having difficult times and knowing the truth. What do I believe in if I want to push myself forward? That's what made me want to side with Vivian, no matter what. The desire to change my nation is what drives me to action now.
Okay.
And when we're done here, it'll be the desire to change our world. That's all I've wanted my entire life. It always seems just out of reach. Whenever I think I have it, the triumvirate swoops in and takes it away. They tell you they'll give you what you want. They convince you that they'll make your dreams come true. Then, when they're done with you, they throw you away.
He lets out a low sigh and slumps down in his chair. I'm not sure why he's telling me all of this, but I still listen. Even if it's somewhat unrelated, it's helpful for him to vent.
What I'm about to tell you, I tell you in confidence. I knew Sovi before he became the Grand Inquisitor.
Oh.
That's how I know so much about the Triumvirate. I saw them take an impressionable young man and ruin him. Turn him into a tool meant to kill without a second thought. They took my friend. And after that, he was no more.
And maybe it's like Shen.
That monster we fight may look like my friend, but that man is long gone. They made sure of that. I promised myself I'd never let them do that again. I failed. They got to Shane, just like they got to Sovi. It's almost impossible to shake off their influence. They just have this way of convincing you.
What kind of way? Listening, and we take turns drinking. Soon after, a second drink comes for each of us. I believe every word. I knew there was a connection. I looked back to the vision I had of Valinor's destruction. They said some things that really revealed a connection between them. But I just assumed it was something reversed, developed in wartime. However, to think that Sovi was once good. That's the part I find hard to believe about all of this. Yet, he spared me when I had my life in his hands.
Well, that's one of the things I had to tell you. It was a long time ago, but it still happened. I won't let it get in the way of my performance.
Okay, what happened?
A long time ago, I thought maybe I could win him back. You know, maybe he could change and redeem himself. But I haven't thought that in a long time. Now I want to kill him.
Oh.
For everything he's done to me. for everything he's done to us. There's a point where redemption eludes you, and he's past that. I guess this leads into the second thing I wanted to tell you, Monarch.
Okay.
Back in the desert, I told you about how I got these markings. Then Drakior said I ripped them off from the ancient Elorinthians. I wish that was the truth, I really do. But it's not the truth at all.
C'est pas gentil, that's not nice.
I always tell people that I'm older than they think, but I only say that to hide how old I really am. It's not a lie, it's more like an omission.
He rests his head in his hands. His second glass now empty.
I'm old enough to have earned these markings the right way.
What?
There. I said it. I don't care if you believe me or not. I finally said it. I'm older than any of you could have possibly imagined. Very...
What?
Very old.
What? I'm so confused right now. He's claiming to be thousands of years old. As far as I knew, the laws that led to those markings were banned long ago. But not only that, he was used to work with Sovi. I'd say he's our mortal enemy.
Go ahead. Tell me you don't believe me. So far, nobody else has. They say it's impossible. And soon after that, they say nothing to me at all.
I believe you. In fact, I prefer older men. It's no big deal. Yeah, you don't think about the mission. You just focus on the relationship. Okay. Yeah, so I was gonna say, I believe you. This war has proven almost anything is possible.
Really? You'd be the first. Of course, there was always something different about you. Now that we've been through all of this, we finally know why. Thank you, Monarch. I really mean it. There's more to this story, but that's all we have time for. It's just the basics. Stuff you'll need to know moving forward.
Okay. The barkeep comes up to us and asks if we want another drink. Howie. Thanks for the bitties. Cheddar or cheese? Both. But I have a slight preference for chèvre. Especially fresh one. Eric shakes his hand, sending him off his way, put some money down.
My treat, remember? Now let's get going to that ball. Tonight we change history.
Eric's loyalty scene will be available when you return to the mainland. Yeah, your game will notify when your loyalty scenes have been unlocked. When they have been, you can view them by going to the war table. Oh my god, that's so... Yeah, but we can't go to the mainland right now because we have the main mission. And I think this will wait for next week. We're gonna... Next week go to the ball and try to get that alliance down. So that was a really great stream so far. A lot of romance tonight. It was great. I hope you enjoy this. We're gonna go back here. So I'm gonna save the game. Just wait a second. Gonna save, and save. Okay, so it's done. Gonna quit the game. So let's see who is streaming right now. While the game is closing, it's closed. Okay, let's open Twitch. So let's see. No. I want an interesting game to watch review. No. Odds. Lots of Minecraft tonight. Oh, I see something streaming. Path of Exile. That's quite a long time I didn't watch Path of Exile. So yeah, it could be interesting to to go see Path of Exile tonight. So we're gonna read Sparky 1 tonight. So I will see you tomorrow for the retro gaming, and as every week we're gonna play Zelda the Wind Waker, and complete maybe another dungeon. And I will see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Paris time and 3 p.m. New York time. See you next time. Bye bye. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks Naga. Thanks everybody. Have a good night. Bye bye.